up, y'all? It's me, Erica, and we are down here. Peace, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy. They really puppets, so I gotta go after Geppetto, bitch! And if the beat live, you know Little Juke made it. Yes. Come on, bitch. Okay, we ain't got shit to talk about. So, let's talk. I've been lit since brunch. That shit. Yes. So I watched last night. I watched the what's up, everybody? It's me, Erica. Cause I've been on this motherfucker for like 10 minutes. I just cut all the extra 10 minutes. I've been listening to Megan. I've been getting amped because I love Megan Thee Stallion. I'm listening to that shit. That's my song. I love that song. When I tell you she talks so much shit on that song, I love that song. And it's the beat. And if the beat live, come on, you know Little Juke made it. Why is Candy interviewing Benzino? Somebody said, did you see that disgusting interview? Yeah, what did she say? I didn't see it. I was watching Jada Pinkett, Willow, and Gammy and Janelle Monáe last night. They had them on, and it was really good. It was so good. It was so good, especially the beginning. And I love that Jada's eyes like lit up. And I also saw how Jada was like looking at Willow, like maybe Willow is on that same path, because she was looking at her like, and then it was so beautiful how even Janelle was like, when Willow cut her hair and she was like rebelling against the, whip my hair back and forth era or whatever, and how that was inspiring for them. And a lot of people were inspired by Willow's like stance. Like, I'm not about to be this, whatever y'all want me to be. So that was a really good interview. And then she did say, because Neighborhood Talk, they'll take a clip out of an interview and then post it as if someone's making an announcement. And so like people are in the comments is like, because Janelle Monáe on the Red Table Talk, she says, because I'm non-binary. That's what she says. She didn't make an announcement. She didn't like put out a press release, because everybody's like, what is with the announcements? Why do people need to make announcements? First of all, people need to make announcements because you need to know when you are in their proximity how to greet them. That's one thing why people make announcements like, hey y'all. It's the same way as saying like, if I came down here and was like, hey y'all, I legally changed my name, or I'm now going by let me think of something I want to go by. I don't know. Whatever, honey. I can't think of anything right now. I'm looking at everything. First, well, I actually thought of something, but I was like, that is so arrogant. I was going to say, now you guys can call me Earth Goddess. But anyways, so it was a beautiful interview. So let me go to the post, because I was like, I wanted to talk about that because I posted it on the community page, because I thought it was like, I identified with what she was saying, because the way that she explained it, if you listen to the way she explained it, it's very, hold on, let me find it. Oh, here it is. It says Janelle Monáe, this is from the Neighborhood Talk. Janelle Monáe comes out as non-binary. I just don't see myself as a woman. She said more. She said, I'm non-binary, so I just don't see myself as a woman solely. I feel all of my energy. I feel like God is so much bigger than the he or the she said. And if I am God, if I am from God, I am everything. I am everything. But I will always, always stand with women. I will always stand with Black women. But I see everything that I am beyond the binary. And I don't know if you follow me. If you follow me on Twitter, you hear me talk about binary ideologies a lot of the time. And we live in a binary. Everything is either this or that. black, white, boy, girl, everything, good, evil, man, woman, straight, heterosexual, straight, gay. It's just like this. It's either or, either or, either or, either or, either or, either or. And what she's saying is that it's not either or, it's all. It's all. And binary ideologies are confining your ideas of what a woman, how a woman should behave. It's very confining. It's very confining. When these women are on these channels telling you how to behave like a woman, those are very restrictive if you think about it. It's like I can, that's the only way that I can express being a woman, right? You have other ways. There's other ways. Everybody has their own way of expressing womanhood. Manhood, the same thing with masculinity. We are both because God is both, and we are extension of God energy. God is not he. God is non-binary. Like literally, God is non-binary. It's both. It's all. It's both. It's all. It's not one or two. Um, you think about Democratic, Republican, everything is like either or, either or, either or. And what people who are non-binary are saying is, I reject your restrictions and the labels and the characteristics and the behaviors that you have, the clothes that you have assigned to being a woman, or the labels and characteristics and clothes that you have assigned to being a man. Those are also restrictive. Being a man in this society is so confining, so repressive, and so restrictive. They have all of these guidelines on how men should behave. And it's so, when you think about it, how restricted it is, especially if you want to express yourself. You are afraid to wear lace because that's what women do. Well, if you're non-binary, you don't agree with none of that. I reject all of that. I can wear lace. I can wear earrings. I can wear dangly earrings. I can wear a short haircut. I don't have to have long flowing hair. I don't need long nails. I am all everything, because you and I both are from God. And God is not he. God is all. God is everything. And because you come from that and you are of that, you are both. And when we come into this society, they tell you, okay, this is how girls are supposed to act, and this is how boys are supposed to act. And what non-binary people are saying, I don't go by those things. So someone in the comments, and like a lot of people are like, oh, people are confused and stuff like that. And it's just like, it's not confused if you say, I'm not agreeing with the rules that you have on what being a woman is, or even what a woman has to wear, or even blue and pink, like that kind of dumb stuff. It is like literally so restrictive. Can you imagine walking through this world as a boy who has been given these restrictive ideas of what manhood should be, and you really want to wear pink, and you really want to wear a ladybug costume, but your dad has these ideas of restrictiveness and what it means to be a man and what manhood looks like, and this is what it looks like, and a lot of that is very restrictive. Men have created, and people, and then women, everybody enforces it. Everybody inadvertently enforces these restrictive, confining labels that we put on ourselves. And it was because somebody left a comment and say, how do you say you don't want labels but then label yourself? Well, the label that says that I go against all of these and I reject all of this, that label is non-binary. And I don't know what their pronouns are. I don't know if because somebody was in her comments asking what her pronouns are, because even some non-binary people will be like, you can call me she or they, it doesn't matter because I'm all of that. You know what I'm saying? I love it. I love it. I love it. So anyways, because it's energy at the end of the day. And that's why when people are like, there are literally thousands of people out there who believe that people with vagina have a corner on femininity, and people with penises have a corner on masculinity, and that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous because you are both, because you come from both. You literally come from both. You are made from God energy. The act of creation is such a powerful thing. That's why when people are having sex and sex and sex, the creative energy that comes from that sexual energy, and you're just wasting it. You're just out there just fucking and fucking and fucking and fucking and wasting all that creative, powerful energy. Let me tell you something. It is another conversation for another day. When I be thinking about these dudes, how creative you can be if you weren't just out here trying to knock down, because your definitions of manhood is how many women you can fuck and all this other stuff. And women, your definition of womanhood is like some of you, oh, you have to have nails and you have to have long hair and don't do this and don't do that. And then what's even wilder about that is that the women who are telling you how to be feminine are using the template of femininity that was designed by men. Right? Your idea of femininity is something that was designed by a man, by the men, by the patriarchy. Right? All of these things about being feminine. And then when you listen to women who talk about dark feminine energy, when they talk about the real chaotic, creative energy, and that's why a lot of women, it's so backwards to see women as submissive when the women are the actual vessels of creation, powerful, super powerful. And that's another reason why they want you in submissive roles, because they know how powerful you are. And so they use you. That's why you become somebody's kind of like assistant and maid and all this other stuff, because they know how powerful you are as the vessel. You understand? And then you are given like all this is what girls are supposed to do. This is what boys are supposed to do. And then you get the toxic part of either of those, because there's an imbalance. When the balance is both at the same time, I come in all of me, God energy. I am an extension of the creative source that created this where we live. You are a part of that. You are a part, you come from that. That's why I'd be like, stop. When people be like, oh God, and you hear these things about God and people say he, in a patriarchy. That's why I always say when Jesus entered the chat, that's when patriarchy kind of like was ingrained. That's when the codes of patriarchy started being programmed, where you literally call God he. You literally use dude and bro, like, and guys call girls that, bro and dude, but then they get upset when you call them sis or girl. It's like like everything that's manly, everything. And then it's crazy because when you think of God and you use he, that's then, oh, now every he that I look at, now you find yourself worshiping human men, because God is he. And I pray and I kneel down to a male God. Oh my God. I know some of y'all reject all of that, and that's fine. I'm just speaking from a different frequency. It might not be resonating with you. For those that it resonates with, it just resonates, and that's just what it is. Take what resonates and compost the rest for someone else. Somebody else might need it. Put it back into the earth. It's a beautiful thing. I loved it. I love how Jada's eyes lit up when she was like, I'm everything. I am both. I'm everything. That shit is beautiful to me. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing to be like, I reject all of this stuff. Like, literally all of the crap. It's because it's crap and it's so restrictive. It's so confining. It's so repressive. Can you imagine just being in the box of what you think a woman should be? And it's just like, damn, I wish I could wear short hair, but that's like boys wear, that's boyish, right? Or, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's just so many things. And even like Willow with her bald head, Jada with her bald head, it's just like, yeah, yeah, it's I love it. I want to kind of play it for you, the beginning of what she said, so you can get kind of the context of what she said. Hold on, let's see. Let me see if I could do this. Okay, here. To come out. Wow, this was your special request. Hero and genius. Now this was Willow's special request, and that's why if you watch the interview, you could see Jada like looking at Willow, and I loved how they talked about her and Willow talked about. They were like, we know we got other stuff going on with, you know, my mom and dad and all this stuff, but we need to come back to the red table talk for this. This is something we need to come back for. But she was saying that when her and the mom, when they get into it, when Willow and Jada get into it, they don't stay mad at each other for long. She said because she needs her mother's guidance. I said, yes, I love it. I love that. I love the way she was looking at her. Like, is this the road that Willow is taking? Because Willow, she wanted Janelle Monáe, and she talks about how she's an icon to her, and she's so influential and inspirational. Listen. Every single person I know, including me, is just obsessed with you. Thank you, guys. I kind of just want to jump in. Yeah. So you're from Kansas? Yes. Kansas City, Kansas. Hold on. Yeah. And wow. So I have 49 first cousins. So journey of your sexuality and you realizing this is who I want to be, this is who I am. In 2018, after years of speculation and questions about her sexuality, Janelle made a woman. Okay, here she goes. On the cover of Rolling Stone magazine. She reveals she is pansexual, someone attracted to all sexes and genders. I'm non-binary. Yeah. So I just don't see myself as a woman or solely or, right. You know, I feel all of my energy. I feel like God is so much bigger than the he or the she. It's yes. Like, you're right. It's like something, and if I am from God, mm-hmm. I am everything. I am everything. Wow. But I will always stand with women. Yeah. I will always stand with Black women, mm-hmm. But I just see everything that I am. Yeah, oh, that's beautiful. Beyond the binary. When I see people, I see your energy first. I don't see like how you identify. Totally. And I feel like that opens you up to fall in love with whomever. With any beautiful spirit, you know? That's so interesting. The times they are changing. Yes. What got you ready to come out publicly? Well, you know, somebody said if you don't work out the things that you need to work out first, for before yourself. You share it with the world, right? You're working it out with the world. Yeah, and you don't want to do that. Yeah, that's what I didn't. That's good. That was good. That was good. I'm happy. I'm happy for her. I don't know what her pronouns are right now. She hasn't announced it or anything like that. Even Kalani came out as non-binary. It's like people are rejecting that stuff. It's like, because it's so restrictive when you think about it. If you sit down and think about it, what have you been taught what it means to be a woman and how restrictive it was for you and how you weren't allowed. And literally, boys are really, really confined to these weird and restrictive and repressive ideas of what manhood, especially Black men, where the performance of manhood is so restrictive and so toxic. There's no balance there. There's nobody in there with the positive masculine energy. This is from the Jasmine brand. Russell Wilson says adults should coach kids harder. We're just letting them get away with stuff nowadays. Russell Wilson is giving some pointers to parents coaching their children. During a recent interview, the 33-year-old quarterback candidly spoke about his thoughts on coaching kids in youth sports and why he thinks adults need to coach them harder. We asked if he struggles with separating the intense approach he carries in his professional career from coaching his children in youth sports. He replied, "I don't struggle with it because I just do it. it should be right every time. Future, for example, he's very talented. One of my pet peeves with coaching kids these days is like, it's okay to tie, it's okay to do this, it's okay to do that. Listen, I think it's great for kids to get outside, and if they don't win, cool, great. But if a kid has talent, like a special gift, it's God given. To me, it's our requirement to coach them and to train them to be the best versions of themselves. If they mess up, coach them right there. Don't overcoach them. Don't give them some positive language. Give them thoughts. Give them clear coaching points. It's just like the way that you are telling boys and girls how to be in society. Like I said from the beginning, it's very restrictive. We put these restrictions and then we enforce them all the way up. Enforce them to the point where they are restrictive in how they express themselves. They don't know how to do this, and they have too much of this weird idea of what it means to be boys and what it means to be girls. And a lot of these people are growing up, they're unlearning these things and saying, I don't want to do that anymore. And when you have people like positive masculine in your society, masculine, you always think about a man. So when you're thinking about positive masculine influence, you're thinking about men who bring order, men who are compassionate, men who are kind, men who show affection. You live in a society where if men show affection to one another, that is frowned upon, or you are thought of to be gay. Where I was listening to a live yesterday where this woman literally equated femininity to being gay. Like, what? And if you are like, in other words, if you're gay, you're not masculine. They equate being gay with femininity. That's the same way. Like, even if you see like a young kid who is expressing themselves in ideas where you think, oh, that's a little feminine. The kid may not be gay. The kid may just be feminine. There are feminine men. There are masculine women. And for us to even act like something is wrong with it, what is wrong with being masculine? Oh, because in your society, when you're masculine, that means that you deserve no protection. So what? Protect yourself. Find, like she said in another clip, find your tribe. Stop looking for tribes that you don't belong to protect you. If that you don't belong, if they have decided you are outside of what they have decided what womanhood looks like, what manhood looks like, and you're outside of that, find your tribe. And when you have these positive male influences with Channing Crowder, when he was saying that, why would the woman want a good guy over, why would she definitely wants Future. It's like, these are men who have children around them. And it's like, this is what manhood looks like to them. And then when you think of the women, I think of these femininity channels, and I'm like, you're teaching women how to be feminine using a ruler that a man gave you. How are you measuring femininity and masculinity? How are you measuring that? And whose ruler are you using to enforce these rules on people? These restrictive labels. Let me read this. Okay. Janelle already came out and said this after the Android album. I guess it wasn't on a large enough platform like Red Table Talk. It's just now resurfacing. Not sure how anyone is surprised. Her first album, she told us she was an android. She never wanted to be defined by the gender binary. Yeah. When is she releasing an album, though? That's all I care about. Right. Binary, non-binary. I don't know the difference. Is now included in job applications for your gender. I'd be lying to say I wasn't shocked when I first saw that. I feel neutral about the non-binary label. I feel like those who use it mean they don't feel like society's wrong and limiting notion of femininity. Femininity is dark and gritty. Some of the oldest goddesses are straight up warriors. Then society decided that women were just like flowers. Yin energy is dark, mysterious, and unknowable. Shout out to that comment. Oh, hold on, wait. Oh, okay. I don't know what happened. I feel her, especially the concept of God has evolved so much for me from how it was delivered to me. Exactly. I was disappointed in the amount of negative comments I saw on the blog's post. Janelle is someone else who minds their own business. People are going to spew their venom to anyone these days. Are we really surprised they were in suits when we first saw them? Happy for them, though. Happy for them. I would like for us to be accepting of people's truth. Tell me you're ignorant without telling me you're ignorant. Non-binary is not new. Folks need to read more. The 90s, right? Right. Right. Shout out to the contrary canary. Right, good for her. Why the announcement though? I like the Queen Latifah approach to stuff. None of your business. Well, then I explained she was on the Red Table Talk and they just took a clip and posted it. Um, I'm happy for them. However, she enjoys looking beautiful like a woman. Rolling your eyes. But is that how women like looking beautiful like a woman? You've never seen a beautiful man? Like what? Like she likes looking beautiful like a woman. Like you've aligned like it's weird. And when you listen to yourself, just listen. Here is all these binary and non-binary shiz. They say they don't believe in labels, but then end up labeling themselves. Shit makes no sense. She is a woman and she is human. We all just need to embrace all it means to be human. It's just something so simple that is made into something so complicated. And I stated the labels they speak of are binding, confining, restrictive labels that you're given. It is to say, it's a rejection of how society defines what it is to be a man or a woman. We embody all of that because we are both, because God is both, and you and I and all of us are extension of God energy. That's what that means. That's what she means. And then she says, why don't they just say they're human and living their lives on their own terms? From the moment we begin to make decision, knowing right from wrong, good and bad, we set our feet on our own path, and that's just life. I understand in the way that you explain it, but it should be so much less complicated and less confusing if we just lived our lives and shut the hell up with the labels that aren't supposed to be labels. Literally, no one is winning. Every time someone explains what they label themselves, they are binding themselves. Because the mere fact of explaining is truly just making excuses as to why they are living or feeling the way they do. They sound confused. Confused of what? Because what's the opposite of being confused? Comprehending or understanding. So what is the understanding to make the person confused? You know what I'm saying? So what is the basis of your understanding? Because if you're saying this person is confused and you're saying that they don't understand what this line is right here. What is this line? They're outside of the line or outside of the box. They don't understand. So what is the understanding? What should we be understanding so that we can avoid being confused? You know what I'm saying? They sound just confused no matter what lanes and avenues they create. It will always be confusing. Just live. That's easy to say in a world that is literally operating in a binary system. People want to say, I reject that, you know? So I think that's enough for today. Let me see. Let me read the rest of the comments here. This is on the post from the community tab. They confused. Confused about what? That's what I'm saying. Confused about what? Confused. Hold on. Yeah, let me go because I'm gonna leave this comment and I'm gonna be here for a second. All right, you guys take care of each other. Let me know what you think. Let me know what your understandings of being a woman. Let me know what restrictive ideas that you were taught on what being a woman or a man was. Let me know if you're non-binary, if you're like thinking about that, if you don't understand. And then if anyone has resources to share, you can post them under this tab with Janelle Monáe. If people want to learn, But literally at the end of the day, it's basically saying I'm outside of the boxes that they've put you in, right? I'm no better. No, I'm not better than you. It's no better. It's just outside of the binary ideas that you have been programmed with. So take care of each other, protect your energy, and let's get down in the comments. Peace.
Oh, don't worry. Society expects plenty from women. We're expected to age gracefully, but never let ourselves go, work like we have no children, and parent like we have no job. They'll call the stay-at-home mother unfulfilled, but the working mother selfish, all while childless women are considered incomplete. Go chase that career, but never at the expense of a family. Think like a man if you want to be successful, but don't act like one if you want to be liked. We're supposed to mother our husbands, but never treat them like children, and put out on demand, but demand respect. Married and miserable is better than single and happy. Don't stay with an abusive man, but never break up your family. Don't marry a bum for love, but don't stay with a successful man for security. Don't be dependent on a man for money, but don't emasculate them by earning more. They'll tell us to embrace our sexuality, but have some self-respect, and to care about our appearance, but stop looking for attention. Just say no, but let him down easy. Be aware of your surroundings, but stop being so dramatic. Practice self-love, but don't love yourself too much.